Welcome to Top 10, the home of rapid-fire rankings. From fascinating facts to the freshest trends, we unveil the best of the best, all in a bite-sized package. Immerse yourself in a world where less is more, and seconds count. Stay curious, stay engaged, and remember, life is always surprising when you're counting down with Top 10.
Listen up, you donkey. Think you're ready to buy a car, do you? You're walking into a den of sharks with your eyes wide shut. These dealerships, they're like kitchens in hell, full of greasy tricks and hidden costs that'll leave your wallet emptier than my patience with a rubbish chef. I'm here to give you a bloody crash course in car buying, Ramsey style. We're diving deep into the 10 secrets car dealerships don't want you to know. Right, you think you've got a good price. You've done your research, compared models, and even haggled a bit. You feel triumphant, like you've just conquered a mountain. But wait, the journey isn't over yet. They hit you with a number that seems almost reasonable. It's the price you were expecting, maybe even a bit lower. But hold your horses. This is where the real game begins. Before you sign on the dotted line, you need to look out for the hidden fees. These aren't just small, insignificant amounts. They can add up quickly, turning your dream deal into a financial nightmare. These sneaky charges are like rats in the pantry, lurking in the shadows, ready to infest your final bill. They hide in the fine print, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce. We're talking about documentation fees, processing fees, delivery charges, and a whole load of other rubbish they try to sneak in there. These fees are often disguised with official-sounding names to make them seem legitimate. And it doesn't stop there. Some dealerships might even add charges for things like preparation fees or advertising fees. It's like they're trying to nickel and dime you at every turn. Don't be a fool. Ask for a complete breakdown of all costs, or you'll be paying through the nose. Insist on transparency. Make sure every fee is explained and justified. If something doesn't make sense, question it. Don't be afraid to walk away if the dealer isn't being upfront. Take your time to tally up the total cost. Use a calculator if you have to. Compare the final amount with your initial budget. This is your hard-earned money we're talking about. Don't let it slip away because of hidden fees. Remember, a good deal isn't just about the sticker price. It's about the overall cost. By being vigilant and asking the right questions, you can ensure that you're truly getting the best deal possible. So, the next time you're at a dealership, keep your eyes open and don't let the devil in the details catch you off guard. Getting pre-approved for a loan before you even step foot in a dealership might seem like a smart move, but hold your horses. Some of these dealerships, they'll use that pre-approval to their advantage. They'll tell you you're getting a great deal, but then try to jack up the price of the car because they know you've already got the money lined up. It's like serving a microwave meal in my restaurant. Absolutely unacceptable. Get pre-approved, but don't tell them the magic number until you're ready to rumble. Now let's talk about add-ons, shall we? These dealerships, they'll try to flog you everything from rust-proofing to paint protection like it's some kind of culinary masterpiece. They'll tell you it's essential, but it's often a load of old cobblers. These add-ons are marked up to the bloody hilt, and they're about as necessary as a screen door on a submarine. Don't be swayed by their smooth-talking sales pitch. You stick to your guns and only pay for what you actually need. Listen up, you lot. Today, we're diving into a topic that might just save you a lot of money and heartache in the long run. The moment you drive a new car off the lot, it's like watching a souffle collapse. You know that feeling when you put all that effort into making something perfect, only to see it deflate right before your eyes. That's depreciation, my friend, and it's a bitter pill to swallow. Depreciation is the gradual loss of value of an asset over time. And for cars, it happens faster than you might think. That shiny new car you just bought, the one you've been dreaming about, saving up for, and finally decided to splurge on, it's already lost a significant chunk of its value. The moment those tires hit the pavement outside the dealership, the value starts to drop. We're talking 10%, 20%, sometimes even more in the first year alone. Imagine buying a car for $30,000 and within a year, it's worth only $24,000 or even less. It's enough to make you want to chuck your car keys out the window. But before you do anything drastic, let's talk about how you can mitigate this loss. Do your research and understand how depreciation works before you sign on the dotted line. Look into the make and model of the car you're interested in. Some cars hold their value better than others. Consider buying a used car instead of a brand new one. A car that's a couple of years old has already taken the biggest depreciation hit, and you can get it for a much better price. Regular maintenance and care can also help slow down depreciation. Keep your car in good condition, both mechanically and aesthetically. And don't forget about insurance. Make sure you have the right coverage to protect your investment. When it comes time to sell or trade in your car, having kept it in good shape will pay off. You'll get a better resale value, which means more money in your pocket. So before you drive off that lot, take a moment to think about the long-term implications. A little bit of planning and research can go a long way in making sure you get the most out of your investment. Remember, knowledge is power. Equip yourself with the right information, and you'll be driving off the lot with confidence, not regret. Happy driving, and may your car journeys be as smooth as possible. Now let's talk about interest rates, shall we? This is where dealerships can really stick it to you. They'll offer you a rate that seems reasonable on the surface, but what they don't tell you is that they're often marking it up to make an extra profit. It's like adding salt to a wound. Do your homework, shop around, and compare interest rates from different lenders before you set foot in a dealership. So you're thinking about trading in your old banger for a new set of wheels? Well, brace yourselves, because dealerships are notorious for lowballing trade-in values. They'll pick apart every little scratch and dent, devaluing your car faster than you can say Gordon Ramsay. It's daylight robbery. Get your car appraised independently before you even think about stepping foot in a dealership. Know your car's worth, you hear me? Extended warranties. They sound like a good idea in theory, right? But let me tell you, they're often not worth the paper they're written on. Dealerships push these warranties like they're going out of fashion, but the truth is, they're often riddled with loopholes and exclusions that'll leave you high and dry when you actually need to use them. It's like ordering a well-done steak in my restaurant, a complete waste of bloody time. Read the fine print carefully and decide if an extended warranty is truly right for you. But let's dive deeper into why these extended warranties are often more trouble than they're worth. First off, the cost. Dealerships will often charge you a hefty sum for these warranties, sometimes even thousands of dollars. They make it sound like a small price to pay for peace of mind, but in reality, it's a significant chunk of change that could be better spent elsewhere. Now let's talk about those loopholes and exclusions. You might think you're covered for everything under the sun, but when you actually need to make a claim, you find out that the specific issue you're facing isn't covered. It's like buying an umbrella that only works when it's not raining. For example, some warranties won't cover wear and tear, which is pretty much inevitable with any vehicle. Others might exclude certain parts or systems, leaving you with a hefty repair bill, despite having a warranty. And then there's the hassle of actually making a claim. Dealerships and warranty companies often require you to jump through hoops just to get your claim approved. You might have to provide extensive documentation, get multiple quotes, and wait weeks or even months for a decision. All this while your car is out of commission and you're left scrambling for alternative transportation. Another thing to consider is the reliability of the warranty provider. Not all companies are created equal, and some might have a reputation for denying claims or going out of business altogether. If the company goes under, your warranty becomes worthless, and you're left with no recourse. So what should you do instead? One option is to set aside the money you would have spent on an extended warranty into a savings account specifically for car repairs. This way, you have a fund to dip into when needed, without the hassle and uncertainty of dealing with a warranty company. Plus, if you never need to use it, that money is still yours. In conclusion, while extended warranties might seem like a good idea at first glance, they're often fraught with issues that make them more trouble than they're worth. Do your research, read the fine print, and consider alternative options before committing to one. Your wallet and your sanity will thank you. Now, let's talk about pressure tactics, because dealerships are full of them. They'll use every trick in the book to try and pressure you into making a decision. From the limited time offer to the "this car won't be here tomorrow" spiel, it's enough to make your head spin faster than a food processor. Don't let them bully you into anything. Take your time. Don't be afraid to walk away, and never ever sign anything under pressure. Listen up, you muppets. There's no such thing as the best deal when it comes to buying a car. Dealerships want you to think they're giving you a great price, but the truth is, everything is negotiable. From the price of the car to the interest rate on your loan, you've got to be willing to haggle. Don't be afraid to play hardball, because the worst they can say is no. And finally, let's talk about spot delivery scams, also known as yo-yo financing. This is where a dealership lets you drive off the lot with your new car before the financing is finalized. They'll call you a few days later and tell you there's been a problem with your loan, and you need to come back in and sign new paperwork with worse terms. It's a complete and utter shambles. Don't fall for it. Make sure the financing is 100% finalized before you take delivery of the car. So there you have it, you lot. The 10 secrets car dealerships don't want you to know. Now you're armed with the knowledge you need to walk into that dealership and get yourself a bloody good deal. Remember, knowledge is power. Don't let these dealerships walk all over you. Be informed, be assertive, and don't be afraid to tell them to shove it if you don't like what you hear. Now go forth and conquer that car buying experience.
Thanks for watching Top 10 Countdowns. Desire more? Glide your cursor to the subscribe button, give it a click. Don't forget that notification bell. It's your golden ticket to our world of riveting Top 10 Countdowns. See you soon in the next video.